Welcome back to another segment of Lady Mogul Talk, and today you are in for a special treat. We have Shondricka Carter, who is going to share a few tips and just strategies to help you propel your business to the next level. And I know you want to dig into her bio, so I'm going to share a little bit about her before we get started. Shondricka Carter is a serial entrepreneur, author, and wealth development coach at Carter Capital, the only 24-hour wealth development firm and institute. She is a first-generation college graduate with a Bachelor of Science in Business Entrepreneurship and Accounting from Southern University, shout out to HBCUs, and an alumnus of Louisiana State University with an MBA. She has over 9 years of financial services experience and is passionate about helping her clients, mentees, and students change the way they think about wealth. And that is something that we value here at Black Women Moguls. Her upcoming Wealth Development Summit, Taxes in Tulum, will connect Black millionaires with entrepreneurs for an exciting weekend of wealth building seminars, power networking, and interactive excursions. So we can't wait to talk more about that and introduce Miss Carter to the Lady Mogul Talk stage. Hello, welcome. So happy to have you.
Hi, I'm so excited. Thank you, Avery. I appreciate you.
No, thank you. And so I just reading your bio, I'm just so excited because what I love to do is bring tangible individuals who bring strategies for our entrepreneurs, not just talking about motivational, but actual things that can help catapult their business to the next level. So before we get into just the nuts and bolts of it, I thought one of the words in your bio was very important, and it was talking about power networking. Networking is really an underrated tool of entrepreneurship. So I wanted to start there. What does power networking mean to you, and why is it important?
Power networking to me, I'm sorry about that, but power networking to me is, I think that it's leveraging your relationships that you build. A lot of times we hold ourselves back because we say, oh, I don't want to go to this event because one event may have burned us. You know what I'm saying? Or you may have
Mhm.
expected something different to come out of an event that you went to before, and now you don't want to go to any more women empowerment events, any more networking events, any more workshops or master classes that you may have benefited from. So I
Mhm.
always tell people there's so much power in networking. Power networking means to get in the room with people, and also not just get in that room but actually introduce yourself, let people know what you do, what you offer, and what you bring to the table.
Mhm. And I think that is very key. Sometimes we do need to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone because we do tend to, even when we go to networking events, sometimes if we go off our friends, we stick to our friends. But some of the things I need to go to an event, it's been a while, I admit. But when I did, sometimes I was like, okay, we need to go by ourselves and find someone new to connect with. Nothing against our friends, but how are we supposed to expand our network if we stay in the same circle? So I thought that was very important.
And not
Now,
only that, like when you do go to networking events, so many times as entrepreneurs or as solopreneurs, we're shy, right?
yes.
So we go to these events, but we don't speak to anyone, or we just passed out a few cards, and you didn't
Hmm.
leave an impact on anyone. So just going out there and actually making sure that you leave an impact on somebody and let them know, hey, if I'm thinking about somebody that does taxes, you should be the first person. Oh, I just met this lady at the last event that I went to. That should be your goal, even if it's a smaller goal. Like, I'm gonna speak with 3 people and make sure that we follow each other on social media or something like that. That would
Hmm.
be an impactful thing. Not even right now, but in the future, they may be
Yeah.
thinking about some using your services. So make sure you talk to at least 3 to 5 people at all networking events.
You know that you brought up a good point, and I didn't even think to mention this. So, of course, yes, I have a social media presence, but my number one way to get new clients is by way of referrals and networking. That is my main bread and butter. People do underestimate the power of a relationship. So, what is one tip, besides what you've already mentioned? What is one tip for those who might be shy to just push themselves out there?
um Listen, to get out of your own way, you have to think about there's no faith in fear and there's no fear in faith. So I always go back to that whenever I get nervous or I get shy. Because guess what? I still get shy, even when I'm doing speaking engagements and stuff like that, because I wasn't always as outspoken as I am now. But
Mhm.
I push myself. I'm determined to leave there with 3 new connections, whether
Mhm.
it's somebody that I came with and I didn't know anything something about them, or whether it's somebody that I may have seen at a previous event. It's like, weren't you at XYZ? Like just making those connections, remembering faces, making sure I
Mhm.
follow people on social media, making sure that my personality is shown, whether we're in a business environment or a personal environment. My personality is going to be shown, so people are going to naturally gravitate towards me. So sometimes I don't even have to say nothing, so I can still be my shy self,
Mhm.
standing in the corner, and somebody like, "Hey, aren't you Drinker?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I do this. You know what I mean? So it's not even, you don't have to even be shy anymore, because you know what you do. You're an expert at
Right.
what you do. Whatever it is that you do, you're the expert. And you want to just let people know that you're the expert.
Mhm. And speaking of expertise, your background is in finance. So I would love to know what drew you to the financial space. And this is the perfect time just to share a little bit about your brand. And of course, we'll dig deeper, but just to give an introduction to our audience.
Of course. So I've always really loved numbers. So I really got into the financial space by when I went to college. I started to take up accounting. And then once I graduated from undergrad, I started my tax firm. That first year, I only had a few clients, maybe like 6 altogether at the end of the season. But I didn't get discouraged, because it was something that I wanted to do. And I knew that being an accountant, I can always do bookkeeping, I can always do
Mhm.
payroll, and work behind the scenes for bigger companies. But that was kind of boring to me, right? Like the natural accounting work is boring. So I started to get more into the taxes, and I developed my own tax software. And I teach other tax professionals I teach other entrepreneurs how to be tax professionals, how
Mhm.
to become a tax preparer, how to start your own tax firm, how to grow your tax firm, and all of those things. So as I started to become a tax coach, that kind of grew my business. And I'm like, okay, I need to have like a whole curriculum, I need to have a whole college, and the ideas just became bigger and bigger. And so
Mhm.
that's how I really got into the financial space. And so far, so good. I've been doing it for 9 years. I have over 100 graduates from my college that I've started about 3 years ago.
Wow.
I have about 25 employees all over the world. Some people work remotely, and things like that. So we help everybody understand financial literacy, whether it's you just want to learn how to do taxes to do your own taxes, or to help your family out, or
Mhm.
just to get out of some debt that you may have. It's a great stream of extra income if you're looking to start a career, and or even a part-time career. You don't have to even stop what you're doing right now. You can just do it part-time. Hey, I just want to do taxes twice a week during tax season or whatever, and just make a couple of extra dollars. Some people started, I have so many different success stories where they tell me, I just wanted to start to like get my daughter to college. I just wanted to start to get out of debt and pay my student loans off, and then it just learn to like it. It didn't have to be their passion initially, but
Mhm.
that's my passion, like fueling other people and seeing the results.
Wow, that's amazing. So you kind of glazed over it, but I'm gonna bring it back to the forefront. She said she built her own software. That is incredible. And then of course that she's able to employ others and help uplift them. So not only are you making money for you and your family, but you're helping others to support their family. So that is really incredible. And kudos to you for sharing your passion with others and uplifting those around you and your employees. I know they are appreciative of this wealth building enterprise.
Yes.
Now, I want to just pivot just a little bit, still talking about finances, but talking about the mistakes that you see most entrepreneurs make. I know with me, I could be definitely stronger with the finance side, and I'm getting there. But what are the top mistakes that you think most entrepreneurs or business owners make?
I think that most entrepreneurs go wrong where they only think about what their skill is.
Hmm.
So, for example, if you're a hairdresser, you're only thinking about doing hair. You're not thinking about the bookkeeping side. You're not thinking about the customer service side. You're not thinking about your opportunities for growth, such as e-commerce or creating a product to service your clients. You're not thinking about like the long-term goals. You're just thinking
Hmm.
about right now. I want to do hair. I want to book appointments, and I want to get people in these chairs. Or even in 1 to 2 years, I want to have my own salon. I want to collect boot rent. but you're not thinking about the long-term goals. Meaning, if you do get a bigger space instead of just this salon suite, now you have overhead, you have inventory, you have supply costs, you have
Mhm.
demand. Are clients going to still come to you? Can they afford to come to you during like such times as a pandemic, right? So you have to be prepared for every season in your business. You have to know, like, okay, I have slow seasons during the summer because people's kids are home, and they're not spending that extra money to go out and get their hair done every 2 weeks or once a month
Mhm.
or whatever their schedule is, right? So
Mhm.
you have to prepare for the slow season, even when you do have lucrative seasons. Finances is really important, being organized, making sure that you have some type of bookkeeping tool. I always recommend QuickBooks, making sure that you're keeping up with your finances. I always tell businesses to make sure they're legally registered with their LLC or S Corp or whatever structure they want to be listed under, as well as register with the IRS with a free EIN number. Get 3 different types of bank accounts, um, 2 checking accounts, 1 savings account. The first checking account is for your income to come in, so it should be connected to your payment processor or however that you receive payments or your website, right? The second checking account should be for your expenses, so that you can write these off easily on your taxes and see what credits and deductions that you qualify for.
Hmm.
The third account is your savings account, so that you can prepare for your projected slow seasons.
Wow. I'm in awe because I don't know if I have really put like a lot of thought about it. I know, of course, you keep your bank accounts separate from personal versus business,
Yes.
but I maybe I thought about two, but yeah, having one. No, I don't think I did think about two. I'm just trying to think about the whole process. Yeah, having one for savings, one for expenditure, so you keep it all separate and clean.
And another reason why you want to have it separate and clean is because if you're applying for capital or
Mhm.
funding or a loan or a grant, right, you want to submit the account that has all of the income coming into it. You don't want
Mhm.
them to see all of these different transactions going out of your account, but they
Mhm.
do want to show that you have a business history and you do have an income coming in. And the more income you have coming in, the better your chances are to get higher funding rates or lower
Mhm.
interest rates because your cash flow is really great.
Wow, you are dropping so much game. I feel like we need to take up a collection plate because I feel like this is an actual consultation. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that was a wealth of information. I hope that did not go over everyone's head because I'm just sitting here thinking about, okay, you know what? We need to make some changes in this business, okay? So that it is a work in progress, and you're right that many of us think about the right now. We don't think about
Hmm.
the future, and even like, yes, I'm a seasoned entrepreneur, but there's so much to learn, and that's why it really is important to come to a professional. So
Yeah.
tell us about your services and what you offer. This is the perfect segue.
Absolutely. So one of the services that I do offer to small business owners is business registration. So if you are operating as a hobbyist, I suggest you protect your business. Go ahead and get that LLC. I do offer LLCs in all states. I have a referral for trademarks, my business lawyers, and they can get you trademarked, and make sure that you're properly protected. The next thing I offer is a referral to get life insurance because you're a business owner. You want your business to precede you in the event of death, right? You don't want to build up this business and it dies and it goes away with you. You want
Right.
to build it for generational wealth. You want to build it to sell it. You want to build it for an exit strategy. Whatever you're building your business for, I suggest that you get a key man insurance policy. You get business insurance in case the event of a hurricane may come and you have to interrupt your interrupt your business because your building is in order inhabitable. You cannot work right now, or you can work from home, but you can't work in a building that you're still paying rent for, right?
Mhm.
So I, kind of get everybody on track with that. First of all, once you do that, I can send you to a bank to become a bankable business and get you a business bank account. So I have a lot of in-house referrals, and
Mhm.
then we offer business and personal tax preparation. Of course, I have a team for that. I
Mhm.
still prepare taxes myself. It's one of my loves. It's one of my passions, and I will never get from behind the desk. A lot of people are like, "When you gonna get from behind the desk?" And I'm like, I cannot. I love to do taxes. It's just something about it. Every single time meeting new people, helping new business owners really understand if they're profitable, how they can become profitable, the areas and opportunities for growth and all of that, as well as business credit, right? A lot of us do not know about business credit, and we start off in our businesses bootstrapping, and a lot of times we can really benefit from getting capital. So I assist business owners with getting that business capital, with that business credit, and starting to leverage other people's money. I also assist with personal credit. If you have some challenges with your personal credit, we can assist you with that. We have secure cards in house. We have installment loans that can build your personal credit as well. And we offer classes. So that's where the Institute comes in at. We offer classes on all of these subjects, whether it's business, consulting, business planning, taxes, credit, and personal credit.
That's everything that we all need. I had to learn the hard way, so you better take the easy route and
Yes,
get Miss
get the
Carter on your
blueprint
team.
and apply it.
Right? Don't be like me. Don't take the road less traveled on
The
this.
long
Not in
route.
this
Listen,
case.
and you're not alone. I was there. Okay, so I have these 9 years have not been easy as an entrepreneur. I've only been a full time entrepreneur since 2018. So yeah, I've been there. So learn from someone that has been there.
Right. And that actually is so, you said that you had to learn yourself. That actually goes to my next question about what did you wish you had known before you started your business?
I wish I have known to not bootstrap. I wish I have known to get business credit early on. I wish I have known that I could get business credit initially, soon as I start my business, start getting those net 30 accounts and
Mm-hmm.
building and establishing that business credit instead of starting late. And it's like, okay, now I'm playing catch up because I done spent all my money on getting this business together and keeping it operating and
Mm-hmm.
not being prepared for slow times and not going along with my business plan and all of these things. Like those are lessons that I wish I would have learned in the beginning because
Mm-hmm.
so many of us just start or it's a hobby or something that takes off as a business and we weren't prepared. And now it's like we have to spend time going back to rebrand or spend time going back to get all of these things in order and making sure that we qualify for grants and loans and making sure that we're registered with the states and making sure that we have the right type of accounts and we're filing our taxes properly and on time so we don't get penalties. So I wish I would have known a lot of those things before I got started.
Again, dropping so many gems. That's what I wish I had known too. It's so important to protect your business and have that good foundation in place in the beginning so you don't have, like you said, playing catch up. Because sometimes I'm like, wow, I didn't even know this was possible. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. Important. Now, you have an event coming up, Taxes in Tulum, and I'm low key jealous because I've been trying to get to Cancun and Tulum for the longest. So tell us about that event.
Absolutely. So this is my first time going to Tulum actually. I've been to Cancun and everything like that, but it is our Wealth Development Summit, right? So we are going to be helping entrepreneurs develop in ways that they didn't know that they can grow in. I have about 11 different speakers coming out this year, and
Amazing.
we'll be talking about We'll be talking about business taxes, personal taxes, personal credit. We'll be talking about trademarks. I'm bringing my lawyers out there so that you can meet with them. Put yourself in the room that we were just talking about, right? Getting in that room. You're going to be able to ask them questions about business law, ask them questions about trademarks. I have my short-term rental coach, and he's coming. He'll be in the building. I have about 5 short-term rental Airbnbs, 2 here in New Orleans, 2 in Houston, 1 in Dallas. And so I've been doing that for the past 7, 8 months. 8 months. I started on December 13th of last year, and now I have 5 units. So just multiple income streams, man. I'm bringing out Jason White. He'll be talking about how to make money, residual income or passive income doing federal government contracts, right? So you can just be at home putting in the bids, winning contracts from the government and getting paid. I have Goldie coming out. She is a motivational coach. She'll be teaching you how to stay motivated in your business because a lot of times as entrepreneurs, we don't have that push. We don't have any coworkers on the side rooting for us to buy us lunch on that day when we are down to our last 20, to have, whatever it is, to talk to us off the ledge when your kids driving you crazy, when your spouse is driving you crazy, and all of those things, and how to stay motivated, right? Then I have a black therapist coming out, and Annette Moore. She'll be teaching you about coping mechanisms and how to stay in your business and not just always be feeling like you're burnt out and you're working on your business and you're just putting in all of this blood, sweat, and tears and it's in vain. I have a scaling expert coming out to show you how to create your exit strategy and making sure that you are prepared for what's to come? Are you able to sell your business? Are you able to go public? Are you able to hire people? What's your plans, right? So she'll be showing you how to put systems in your business, and how you can grow from a solopreneur to an actual corporation. It's big business time, and we're going international this year. I have Lily Mae coming out. She's a PR expert. She'll be doing red carpet interviews. I have my marketing team coming out. Brianna from Iconic Minds. I have Tempest from Stormy Co. And they'll be showing you how to build your brand, get your brand identity out there. I have Nia Dillon from Innovative Campaign. She is going to come out, and she's a brand manager. So she just did like a really huge event in for BET weekend for the awards for publicists. So she'll be showing you how to get some press and all of those things. So it's going to be a really huge event. I have Lauren. She's a social media influencer, Dr. Lauren Elise. I think that's everybody.
You think that's a lot?
My photography team is coming. We'll be doing on hand commercial development. So every guest will leave there with a commercial, like
Wow.
a professionally put out there commercial with your name coming across the bottom. You're gonna have scenery from Mexico in the background. So imagine taking your business international, and it's a tax write off, of course.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You know what? The word that came to my mind as you were describing it was holistic, because you were not just pinpointing one specific area of business. They should walk out with a fully developed plan that is sustainable. And then also, you to mention it, exit plan. So no matter where they are in their brand, from even if they're at the beginning to middle, or they're looking for exit strategy, they should walk away with everything that they need to have
Listen,
a
this
sustainable brand.
this retreat, this summit this year is going to be giving you actionable steps. You can literally get into the Airbnb industry right now. Pull out your laptop. I'm going to show you how. You can literally start bidding on government contracts right now. Pull out your laptop. I'm going to show you how. You can literally sign up to get registered to get your trademark right now. You want to start doing taxes, you can sign up right now. Everything gets hands on the spot, and it's 5 days, 4 nights. We also are going to have excursions. It's all inclusive: food, drinks, tours, excursions, everything.
So tell us the dates and how they can sign up, because they need to be there. I really need to be there. I
It
don't know.
needs to be there. Yes, it's taxesintoloom.com. The dates are July 29th to August 2nd.
Okay, sounds good. So sign up. It is not too late. Taxes in Tulum, you need to be there. If you can't make this one, put it on your radar for the next one, because it sounds like an amazing event. Now, going back to just some tips. You mentioned QuickBooks earlier, but are there other tools that you think entrepreneurs should have in their kit?
Absolutely. You can download the Mint app if you're not familiar with QuickBooks. In Mint, you can connect your bank account. You can connect your car for mileage, so when you're driving, it'll automatically be tracked. If you connect your bank account, it will let you know what income you have coming in and what expenses you have going out. So that's a tool that you can use, and it's right on your phone. You know, we do everything with our phones. We don't leave home without them. So Mint is a really good tool. MINT.
Okay, sounds good. And I use the online version, especially to check my credit score. But then I also have experience too. But I'm like, you know what? I'm a little obsessed. I check, has it gone up yet? I paid some things off. Has it gone up?
Yeah.
So that is a
So
really good
let me give you a quick tip on that. So when you're looking at your credit score, right, you want to look at the date that it reported, because it's only going to report every 30 to 45 days. So you want to look at the date that it's reporting, not your due date, because the date that it reports is very, very important, right?
Mhm.
Not saying that don't pay your stuff on your due date. Still pay it on your due date, but don't pay the minimum. Try to pay it down to at least between 10 to 30%. So it
Mhm.
will show that you're a responsible borrower. And what
Mhm.
they'll do is evaluate your accounts over and over, so that you can qualify for higher increases. Okay, so make sure that you're looking at the report date. So that's when you're going to check it the next month at the same time.
Okay, well, thank you. So you mean don't check every day? That's good to No, I guess I've just been impatient because I'm like, it's about that time. So thank you for sharing that. What we want to know next is what is next for you, and definitely share how we can keep up with you on social media. This has been an amazing conversation. If you've given this much information in this short period of time, and I can only imagine what your full services are like.
Okay, what's next for me? I have Texas in Tulum. I am also on tour. So my tour is going to continue in North Carolina. We're going to Goldsboro on August 27th, as well as we're going to Ohio, and that's going to end the tour. Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio, September 3rd. And then we have our huge trade tech show that is going to be September 17th
Oh, okay,
in
great.
New
So
Orleans.
So be sure, if you are in those cities, be sure to connect with Shondricka because she is amazing. Even though we just met, I can already tell we don't let just anybody on our show. So she has dropped so much information and knowledge. So please feel free to connect with her. Oh, and give us your website and social media as well.
Absolutely. My Instagram is Drika M. Carter. You can find me on LinkedIn and Facebook at Drika Carter. No M, just Drika Carter. DrickaCarter. And my website is cartercapitalpllc.com.
Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful conversation. Are there any last words you would like to leave with our audience?
Of course, I would like you guys to download our mobile app. It's Carter Capital PLLC, and you can find all of our events, tips, tricks, and tools on that mobile app. It's not just for submitting your taxes, but you'll always have us in your pocket when it's time to submit your taxes.
Be sure to download that app. I'll probably take a look myself to see what I can see. So thank you so much for joining us today, Shondricka. I have enjoyed this conversation and I know that our audience has as well. And we will see you in the next segment of Lady Mogul Talk.